Hello, good evening. It's Binny here. Thanks for joining the session. Can you guys hear me? You can't see me because I didn't activate my face, but I think you should be able to hear me. Just have a bit of response at the chat to let me know that you can hear me. You can interact with me at the chat box. There would be a chat box for you to type. Okay, so thanks a lot for joining the session. Today is 1st of August and the session would be probably around until 9:30. All right, unless that you have a lot of questions to ask me. All right. I'll be talking more about the alien wash, the use of wash and rinse. All right, and at the chat box you can ask me questions. And I'm just going to share with you how to configure the Autobox in TradingView. But I think one of the questions I received a lot after meeting you guys during the Market Insight, Asia-wise Market Insight, is you wanted to know more about the full cash refund for the alien wash cost. That means that how does it work? Because the cost is $700 and it's fully refunded. So let me just share a little bit more. Before that, let's take a look into the disclaimer first. Okay, so disclaimer. I try to be as detailed as possible. I try to, let you have an idea what trading or investment is about. But whatever that I'm gonna talk here would be just educational. All right, no financial advice here. Okay, good. Have you had your dinner yet? Or going to have the dinner at 9:30? Okay. I just had my dinner. Usually I don't have dinner before my session, but because it's 8 o'clock, I just thought that I'd eat some. Okay. Now, for those who doesn't know me, all right, I've presented many times in a lot of different sessions, and I presented many times with MarketWise Asia. A lot of MarketWise Asia community, they are in my course as well. Okay, so I know that Alex talks about the stocks, but Alex also learn forex, learn indexes, learn gold and oil, the whole thing about the wash and rinse, the alien wash with me. Okay, so you might have heard him mention about wash and rinse, etc. All right, so today I'm going to give you an idea what is it more about, all right, how it can help you, but I want to be very frank with you guys, is that whatever that I'm going to talk about today will not be comprehensive. Okay, because I have talked about every week, almost every week with my students, twice a week on Tuesday and Thursday, what is happening in the market, and I revise with them, we trade. So there's many things that we keep talking about, and we are very comprehensive in the things we talk about. Okay, so if you think that by attending today's session, you know how to trade. Unfortunately, this is not the case. Okay, even if you know how to trade, most important is that recurring experience sharing, how we look at the market as the market evolve. Okay, so the head knowledge is head knowledge, but knowing really how to make money from the market is a different thing. Okay, so I want to be very, very frank with you. And today, I think the key thing about the session is that if you take the course, all right, then it's 100% fully refunded. I'm just going to talk about how to make it happen. Okay, I can see a lot of familiar faces here. All right, for example, William, Jessica, I saw before. The rest, if you can, do give me a reply so that I know you guys are around. Okay, just type. I don't know what you want to type. Just hi, Beanie, eaten, or maybe share with me the food that you ate just now, or you haven't eaten yet. Okay, now let me just share a little bit about my profile again. Like for example, today in the morning I started off not very well because I hurt my foot, so I've been actually doing physiotherapy. Okay, so the morning session I only managed to look into the futures because I have a futures course with SGX Academy that is IBF funded. All right. So I only managed to guide the futures. Then the forex will start for me at 1 p.m. All right. And so in fact, I only managed to put in the trade, right? I mean, not managed, but today, only at 5 p.m. Then there's alert. Okay. And because my brother just gave birth, the baby is actually 3 or 4 days old. They are totally new parents and no experience, so I have to, help them with the baby. Okay, that means to bring the baby back from hospital, to run the errands. They are poorly equipped. They didn't buy a lot of things. I have to go there and buy things here and there, etc. Teach them how to breastfeed and all this stuff. Okay, and but I managed to put in trades at 5 p.m. even though today it was actually out the most of the day. Today 8 p.m. I'm here with you. At 9:30 I'll be looking at the US market. Okay, so and I'll probably sleep about maybe 10:30 or 11. I think you guys should know. I can see, for example, Pauline, because Pauline is around. Yeah, Jessica, Catherine also. Yes, I saw Catherine. Thanks for joining the course. Okay, so just give you a little bit that a lot of my trades are either partial automated or fully automated, because one of my job is to help with fund houses, family office to come up with their trading system. Okay, you'll be surprised. How sophisticated their trading systems are. Okay, and there is really no way for the retailer not to have certain form of automations. All right, so if there is one key takeout to share here, and that would be, let's get automated. Okay, if you don't want to get automated, at least in your search of trades, then it will be very systematic, because at the end of the day, you will be exposed to many different gurus' trading system, and every gurus they are going to tell you that they are the best. But how come every time that you do it, you are not successful and keep on exploring for new gurus, right? I wouldn't say that their method are wrong, but I think a lot of time it has to do with how we search for the trades and then how we manage the trade. Okay, so I like that automation, so that in terms of managing, there is no fault here. Okay, it's very clear from also the way that I managed my brother's newborn. So I gave instruction, you do this, you do that. So I was like controlling, because I like everything to be very, very precise. Okay, including with newborns as well. Okay, now there will be a replay for tonight's webinar. We can send it to you. You can actually use back the link that you join here to watch the webinar. All right. Can the alien wash strategy be used on MT5? Yes, it can. It's already in MT5. Just that the trade manager that I'm using is only in MT4. Okay, I have the reasons to develop in phases. Eventually it will be there, but it's for the trade manager, which is the expert advisor, it's just in MT4. All right, so today's content, I'm just going to talk about wash and rinse and what we've traded to give you a little bit of an idea. Now, one of the things I always like to encourage is for us to be open-minded. Okay, throughout the session, throughout the duration, with a lot of market-wise Asia community, I've shown them how we can use the forex market, the currency market, to look into the stocks. Okay, and one of the things that for those who have been with me, that I basically taught you guys how to evaluate when the market is going to drop. I won't use the word crash, but we use a very systematic way, and when the market is potentially going to buy. So I've updated them. I will show it to you, okay? Not to let you know that there are possibility of actually timing the market. All right, but you need to know and be equipped with all this knowledge. And of course, as promised, I want to show you how to set up the Autobox in TradingView. And if you can spare me a few, like maybe 15 minutes for me to talk about how to get the full cost fee refund, because the refund is in cash. So it's a cash component that refunds the full cost fee. So since I have secured this promotion, may as well take it. Whether you like the course or not, right? Or whether you are interested in trading forex or not, or to trade in gold or oil, I think that it's hard to get this full cost fee refund. Okay. Now, so let me just try to answer your question as much as I can. If I miss out your question, let me know at the end of the session. I will answer that again. I try to answer as much as I can since that the time control is with me. Okay. What kind of automated platforms you are deploying? Because mainly we trade with MetaTrader, so therefore we deployed that in the MetaTrader platform. Currently is semi-automated. All right. The only thing I would explain that, and later on you'll be totally 100% fully automated. All right. So let's talk about live with wash and rinse. Okay, my objective is to really bring to your awareness what is wash and rinse. All right, because there are a lot of new development in the market. If you have started like trading 20 years ago, which I did, then there are observation in the market, like things like, for example, 20 years ago there wasn't social media, or if there was, then it's just a little bit, right now everybody is using social media. 10 years ago, we don't really see cryptocurrency, and right now we have, right? So therefore, trading will evolve and have evolved. Okay, so there are a lot of things which are very different. All right, so last time we don't use a lot of automations, but now we do. Okay, we use extensively a lot of automations. That's why you start to see things like this particular candle here. Okay, that shows a wash and rinse. Okay, what is this, right? Price has been pushed up near to a resistance. Now, where is the resistance I'm talking about? You can see all these like dotted lines here, huh? So we call this the wash lines. Okay, so these are especially wash lines here, and price has been pushed up like as if it is going to be very strong. Now, this particular white color candle here happens to be pre-ECB. What is ECB? Is actually the meeting of the central banks for Europe. So in Singapore community, for those in stocks, then we are concerned about FOMC. All right, so that's for the US. But if you are in the European zone, Eurozone, then we are concerned with the ECB, because that's the European Central Bank meeting. Okay, so this white bar has been pushed up, pushed right into a resistance zone. All right, and then instead of continuing, right, price moved down. That means that price actually headed down. Okay, if you see this red color candle, red color arrow here, thick, sorry, not arrow, it's thick, right? So this would be labeled as a wash and rinse. Okay, why is that so? People might have just bought into this white candle here. They might buy here, they might buy here. All right, whoever who bought here, they think that it's going to hit higher. In fact, by the time they see this black color candle, then this black color candle, right, then it means, it means that they might make a loss, because if they bought somewhere around at this white color candle, somewhere around this price high here, or even somewhere around here, by the time they see the red color candle, it's actually a loss for them. So we call this whole chunk here a wash and rinse. All right, so this particular knowledge, all right, the concept, it's being covered in Core Module 1, and it's for free. That means you go to the website, you look at the content being written, and you can know how and what does wash and rinse look like. Okay, so few things that we are looking for. We have a wash line here. So in the course module 1 free, I will teach you how to draw in the wash line, how to differentiate what is wash and rinse. Okay, so this particular wash and rinse, we traded in our community. In fact, that I was telling the group in Telegram that we're gonna have a short in euro yen. So the trade was on euro yen. Okay, euro versus yen. It might seem strange to you, what is euro yen, but it's just a comparison, a trade between the euro, the currency that you use in Europe, versus the Japanese yen. Okay, so it moved by around 500 pips. In fact, that we don't only trade into euro yen, we trade into different yen pairs, like pound yen, that means the UK currency pound versus the yen. We trade into CAD yen, Canadian, and we trade into dollar yen. Okay, so just this euro yen in a span of 1.5 weeks is like 500 pips. Then what does 500 pips means for us, right? It depends on how much you trade. So 500 pips can be as little as $50. okay, or can be as much as $5,000. All right. Then how much do you actually need to trade? To get that $5,000 for a 500 pips, okay, you need to trade one standard lot, for example. So how much do you need one standard lot? How much do you need to trade one standard lot? It's approximately about 1,500 Sing dollar. But do you need so much? You don't need. You can start trading with $15. Okay, so there's a huge difference here, right? That means for currency, for forex trade, you can go as low as to start with $10 or $15 or $20, or you can go as much as to start with 1,500 or even 15,000, 150,000, etc. Okay, so you, in terms of the difference between the currency versus stocks, the key idea is you don't actually need to start with so much money. Okay, all right. Now, I won't be explaining a lot more. I just wanted to share with you what we've traded, what is wash and rinse, so that you can have an idea. All right. Now, what was being shown to our community, all right, apart from posting in Facebook, in fact, that on the 22nd of July, I posted in Facebook that after the ECB rate hike, that means the European Central Bank rate hike, the market will be focusing on Japanese yen. Okay, to short into Japanese yen. You also realize that it will be very, very technical. Why? It's because those that you learned technically from any other places, whether it's a public domain or you read a book or attend a course, right, is applicable. For example, see that I drew a line here, and the line connects to become a resistance level, and then we're just waiting for a sell to happen. All right, so what I will do is I will constantly post all these updates to make sure that the students know how to apply the trades live into their own trades. Okay, now, so that was being done, and I think that last week we had a very, very nice week on shorting the yens. All right. Now, so let me just talk about the trade process. What is the trade process here? Then what are we looking at every day when we are trading? All right. I know that a lot of you guys are working. Okay. In fact, that if you look at me, right, even though you will see me running around, I'm actually working very busy. There are times that I work on all these automation projects. I work like European time zone, the US time zone, and sometimes, right, I don't sleep also. That's why if I can, I treasure sleeping time. Okay, so if you look at the trade process, we are mainly trading into wash and rinse. Okay, wash and rinse pattern. Right, but it's not only about the pattern. It is not a candlestick. It is actually a full system that made up of many things, but basically we traded into this fake move that the market is out there to trick people. All right, so these tricks are not done by the brokers. They are done collectively by a group of systems. Okay, when I call it a group of systems, it means that it's not only a single person, it's not only a fund, it's just because everybody happens to be working into into that same logic, and when that same logic converge, it resulted in a certain action in the market. So a lot of time, retailer will tend to display certain behavior, such as, for example, when price has been going up, they're afraid that they will lose out. So when it's at the low, they dare not buy because then they are fearing that it might actually move lower, right? But when price has moved up substantially already, they are afraid that they may miss out, and then because of greed or because of fear or because of encouragement from many other sources, friends, trainers, they might just jump in at the worst possible time. And if you ever had this this experience, the moment that you enter a trade, you start to lose money, and you've probably been actually wash and rinse. Okay, so now when we have wash and rinse, all right, there are a few things that we look out for. Number one, in terms of the trade process, I'm talking about the trade process of how we trade, right? We always start with a higher time frame chart. Okay, now if you can take out something from this session, all right, it's always we focus on the higher time frame chart. A lot of students I've trained, whether they come from international crowd or because I also do a lot of Hong Kong, Australia, Malaysia, Middle East training, all right, they always asked questions like, how do I trade that in the 15 minutes? How do I trade in the 5 minutes? All right. So no doubt that you can trade in the lower time frame. But when you are trading in such a lower time frame, whether you are doing currencies or whether you are doing stocks, all right, this lower time frame will result in a lot of noises. Okay, that means that there's a lot of noise out there, and then often we will lose sight of what we are really trading. Are we trading with the trend, or are we really trading counter trend? All right. So the first tip, whether it is stocks or whether it is forex, gold or oil, all right, it's always to go into the higher time frame. So what is the minimum time frame in the higher time frame that you should be looking at? All right, it should be the day chart. So you look at this wash and rinse, we always start off, or rather, in terms of analysis, we always start off with a day chart here. So this is a day chart. All right, so with the day chart, what do we look for? We look for levels. That means that we look at whether it is near to a strong levels, and that's where the Autobox come in as a very useful tools. All right, we look for the trend, right? But not so much in terms of very comprehensively what is the trend. Most important, you look for levels, because the trend is very subjective, right? Because trend can be up for very long term traders, or investors, but it might be actually down for us. Okay, so we always start in a day chart, and if need to, we will progress into the week chart. Very rarely we move into the month chart, but the month chart can be very useful when there is a change in season. Season means that when there is a change in every quarter. Okay, because you look at when the fund managers need to rebalance, they always do that quarterly. All right, so for those switch in mood, switch in emotions, we will look for them in quarter. Okay, so therefore, if you need to take out something from this session, then always look for that in the day chart. Okay, so that's number one. Now, number two, right? Now, the market is full of tricks or simply a case of excessiveness. Now, learn to accept that the market will have a lot of all the spikes here. Okay, now why is that so? Because a lot of levels are actually known, all right, to the computers already. Okay, meaning that with AI, okay, they can know what your profile, they can know what you are going to say, they know what you bought already, they can calculate all this automatically. Why can't they know all these price levels that the other people have put in, right? So all these levels are all known, and it makes it very easy for certain tricks to happen or for excessiveness to happen. All right. So rather than to preempt certain levels, we react to the levels. That means that we know that these levels are here. All right. And we are not going to do it immediately. That means that we are going to wait for a certain price reaction to these levels here. Now, this has a very important implication to a lot of stock trading. That means when you're trading the stocks. Now, remember, for example, sometimes when you bought in the stocks, right, you realize that how come every time I bought in, you will always come down first. All right. And to scare you before it actually moved up. All right. That's because then the market also need to test these levels. So it's the same thing when you are, bathing a newborn. Okay. So how do you know that the water is hot or cold? All right. So what do? You put your hands inside and you touch, right? You tap, and then you touch. So it's the same thing, right? The market is also doing the same thing. You also tap to tap a certain levels to see that levels is actually valid here. Okay, so second takeout is on how we trade in terms of the trade process, as we always test that levels. That means that we let that levels get tested and then we trade after it happened. Okay, now third thing, I wouldn't say that this is a secret. A lot of people, and a lot of times when we presented, right, a lot of people ask, okay, so how do you actually enter a trade? Right, so it's not because I don't want to tell you, okay, because there are many things that must be said, and it's very difficult to actually say in just a short session. Okay, so what I think is that rather than to tell you and tell you something that is half missing, all right, then I'd rather you go and be comprehensive, or you don't know about it. Because if you guess that entry, you guess how I enter, and you enter wrongly, it's going to be disastrous to your account. Okay, not to my account, but to your account, right? So, for example, what we do is that we always, in terms of trade process, right, take a look into the day chart, and we always streamline. That means that we look at the broad picture, and we go into the lower time frame, all right, to go and like a doctor, right? So first you just chop it, not a doctor, but anyway, you chop a piece of meat, and after that you use a surgical knife to go and slowly make your incision. So same thing for us, right? We go to the bigger time frame, we look at the broad picture, and we go into the lower time frame, which is the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is our main time frame that we are using, all right? And we go and break that time frame up to go and find for entry. Therefore, if you want to know how we entered our trade, right, then we will try to fine-tune the trade and trade that in the 4-hour time frame. Okay, if you look at my profile, then it means that I get a trade every 4 hour. In this case here, right, in this time zone here, my trade will happen at 1 p.m. or the next 4 hours at 5 p.m. or 9 p.m. or what happened? Then 1 a.m. or 5 a.m. All right, so it means that essentially we only have 1 p.m. as a potential trade opportunity, 5 p.m., 9 p.m. The rest, either I'm sleeping or not awake. Correct? Okay, so for example, if you take a look into my post here, right? In fact, I actually posted this euro yen after my webinar with my students on either a Tuesday or I think it's Thursday, because E3 always happen on Thursday, right? I posted at 10:36 p.m. Okay, to say that why I'm looking for euro yen and what is it, etc. So already from here we can see that there are some wash and rinse. All right, so this happens in a day. After that we zoom, all right, to go into the 4-hour time frame. So this was the time that we traded basically around here. Okay, then after that we can continue with the trade. We traded somewhere around here, all right, and then somewhere around here, or we can actually continue with the trade somewhere around here or here. All right, why am I not telling you exactly as I explained already? Okay, I don't want to tell you where is it, so that you don't need to there's still certain criteria that we need to apply. Okay, so rather than to tell you half-heartedly, all right, then the only way for you to get it is then you can go for that cash refund, the full cash refund. All right, essentially you don't need to pay any money. I mean, I won't say you need to pay money, but you get your money refunded. So the cost actually becomes free. Okay. A lot of people thought that the cash refund is a scam. Okay, because there's a lot of scam out there, right? I tried to convince people on that it's not a scam. You get refunded. But a lot of people ask, is it really true I get refunded? Yes, you get refunded for your course fee, but there are criteria that you have to meet. There are conditions that you have to meet. There are no free lunch. So I'm just going to talk about what are the conditions and criteria that you need to meet. All right. One of the questions from Marcus is that, can Tor be used in a iPad or Android phone tablet? The answer is that if you want to install it directly into your iPad and tablet as an app, the answer is no, you can't. Okay, but you can actually use it on your iPad and Android. How do we do that? Is because we have all this virtual server. That means that we maintain the server ourselves. Server is just like a computer that's always switched on, and we use the iPad or handphone, all right, to remote access into that server. So we're actually looking at things at our server, at our computer from our handphone. There was once that I was out for to meet with my friends because he came back from Greece, right? So whole day I can't do anything, but I say, look, stop for a while. I need to excuse myself at 4:50. So what I do is that I actually move away from them, and I put in my trades using my handphone, all right? Because I was able to access the server. Okay, so yes, you can access that, but is via the remote access. All right, now, so in terms of how we traded the Alien Wash, it goes like this, right? We have a dashboard. The dashboard will monitor the trades every 4 hours. All right, then we have the Autobox that segment the prices into the lower time frame. Then we have another one more, all right, which is called MTF, that automatically draw in the wash lines and to tell us whether it's a trend following or mean reversion. And then we have the TOR 3.0 that you have as trial, right, to draw that ticks and arrow. Lastly, all right, we have this that we just developed, which is to help in terms of trade, which is actually Alum Trade Manager, which is to automatically help you to put in your trade. And if you don't know where to enter, it helps you to enter. If you don't know how much you should enter, that means that what is the lot size, then it will help you calculate the lot size. Okay, so I would show you the video later on, so you have a bit of idea of how to trade automatically. Now at this moment, we are very, very close to develop the full version of the fully automated TOR. Okay, what is fully automated? As you wish for, you just put it there and then let you trade for you. All right, this is the dream. All right, and I still in a very conservative way don't encourage you to say put it and live it, because you know that these kind of things cannot happen. You just want to even check it. All right, I mean, they are automated. You have automated cars, but you just want yourself to sit there and can even see how the automated car drives. Okay, that's human mentality. All right, but the new development will be 100% automated. All right, and it will also be deploying this grid system that will keep on adding for you on the winning trade, meaning that once your trade gets into a profit, so instead of just having one trade, right, as long as adding a trade is also profitable, you will keep on adding the trade, so that in a winning trade you can fully tap into it, and that's all done automatically. All right, so the development would be towards automations. That means that if there is anything that we're going to do, it will be develop automations across different instruments. All right, because I've been in the industry for about 20 years. Okay, I've seen myself growing. All right, I don't want to say grew because I haven't stopped yet. Seen myself growing, but that's only one thing that I can't deny. All right, is that as we continue to mature, we get older. That means the body starts to wear down. Do you feel so? Or I mean, I feel energetic. All right. I still do a lot of activities, but you know, your body starts to wear down. For example, I've known William for maybe like decades. William, how long have we known each other? Maybe like 10 years. I don't know how long you've been in Australia already, but for as long as you've been there, we've known each other. Okay, and you start to feel that the body actually starts to slow down. Okay, so we need a lot more automations if trading is to carry us to our retirement. All right. Okay, so what is the automations that I'm actually working on? This is what we call the dashboard. So the dashboard will show us automatically, all right, what are the trades that we are looking at. So we only look for the dashboard that lights up in yellow. Okay, so let me just quickly show you what are the dashboard that lights up today. Okay, for example, so this is the current dashboard that's light up just now. All right, so we had trade lights, Euro, Aussie. Okay, so let me just show it to you. This was the Euro Aussie trade here, okay, at 3 hours and 34 minutes ago. If you take your time, take a look at your time, right? It's 8:35. So 3 hours and 35 minutes ago, the time was 5 p.m., isn't it? Okay, 5 p.m. we had a trade in Euro Aussie to ask us to sell. Okay, and then what was the selling price? At 1.4594. Okay, so once you receive this in your dashboard, you have two choices. Okay, the alerts will be sent to your handphone, right? So you have two choices. One is that you can take your handphone out and automatically outright and key in your trade. The second thing that you can do is that you can use the automation to help you trade. That means that you already sort of expected that Euro Aussie might have a trade. So last night or this morning, all right, you can already put in Alum, which is the automated trade manager, and at 5 o'clock promptly, it will help you open a trade. Okay, so this is how we trade. That means that we receive these alerts to say that there's trades in Euro Aussie, there's trades in Kiwi franc, there's trades in Euro or Euro dollar, etc., right? And of course, we won't be totally fully taking everything. All right, we will just also choose. Okay, choose some. So for example, just now in at about 4 hours ago, all right, I posted that we're gonna trade Euro Aussie, okay, because we are trading into the RBA. RBA means that the Australian Central Bank, right? I gave them the reason why we are trading into RBA. You know, we are into this weekly resistance, okay, and then probably there is a wash and rinse at 5 o'clock. Okay, so let me just show it to you. You know how that trade goes. Okay, so this is Euro Aussie. All right, that's exactly how we trade. Okay, you see that these particular blue color boxes here. Okay, so if you flip that into the day chart, all right, if you flip that into the day chart, you start to see in the day chart we can get that weekly levels. Okay, it's the with very clear. It's a with the trend trade, all right, and it's the weekly level which is near to the resistance. All right, see this place here. This particular white color candle that I'm pointing to you here, right? You can see that there was a bit of a close above the previous high. Okay, so nothing to hide. I just want to let you know that this has been covered in the wash and rinse module 1. We call this the wash line. That means that we draw it this way. We call it the wash line, and we always color code our wash line. All right. If you attend module 1, it will be there. Okay, you just take the module 1 is free of charge. All right, but what we do is that we don't trade in the day. We actually go into the 4-hour chart, and then we wait for the signal, and then we trade that. Okay, so you see that the wash line, it's automatically drawn. Okay, drawn from you, we know exactly 1.4618, for example, is a wash line. So we can see that, you know, the Euro Aussie 1.4618 is that wash line, and the entry is 5 o'clock 1.4594. Okay, 1.4594 was around here, so that's our entry here. All right, at 5 o'clock. So as I said, right, I was actually not at my desk because immediately after my post in Facebook, actually went out. Okay, because I have to go and check whether my sister-in-law, the milk flow is flowing correctly or not. You know, all this breastfeeding is actually quite tedious initially, especially for new mothers, right? So so I just dragged Alom in, which is the trade manager, and automatically opened the trade for me. And then right now it's actually in profit, and I've actually taken partial profit already. Okay, this is one of the trade. I just want to answer, will there be a maximum, will there be always a win? Unfortunately, in any system, there will not be. Okay, all right, so that's number 1. Number 2 is that oh, yeah, so many questions here. Okay, so Pauline helped me answer some of the questions already. Okay, thanks a lot. Suddenly so many boom. Okay, so let me just continue and then slowly answer the question. So will that be always 100% accurate trade? The answer is no. Okay, so what I think that we pride ourselves is that in a wrong trade we cut out fast. Okay, but in a winning trade we keep on adding on the winners. Okay, you realize that in total trading is also the same, right? They are able to make so much money as because when they spot a winner, they keep on adding and make sure they ride that winner through the session. But how come, why is it that retailers cannot make money? Okay, I mean, not all the retailers make money. It's because that when they see the win a little bit, they take out. When they see the losses a lot, they keep it there. Okay, so it's the reverse, right? They hang on to their losses, but they get out of their profit in a very quick manner. So this is not supposed to be, right? So if you look at the accuracy, our accuracy, is it high? I'm not too sure though. My own accuracy is about 60%, 70%. All right, but I think that I'm so much able to hold on a trade and keep on adding a winning trade. All right. Therefore, the reward to risk, all right, it's about 2.3. Okay, so net, it's profitable for me. But some students are not able to do that. Okay, even if you have the system presented to you. All right. So when they realize, when they trade, they see that I make a little bit, you actually take profit on that trade. You won't have that reward to risk ratio. Okay, so that is the problem. Okay, so I just want to show you that number one, the cost is fully refunded. In any case that if you really don't like the system, your loss is 0 because you get your cost refunded, your cost fee fully refunded. So that's the number one. Number two, right? You get all these support tools. Okay, so that is the only thing I can offer you and answer you, because I'm very frank to you. Whether you are successful or not, I really can't guarantee. There's no way to guarantee, but I can only say that I would do as much as possible to handhold you, to help you. Okay, so those people who took my session, my lesson 5 years ago and decided not to pay for the indicators, do they continue to be educated and to be updated? The answer is yes. They can continue to attend the webinars for as long as they want. I don't remove them, and that's my promise to them. Okay, I have the right to remove anybody, but I haven't done so yet. All right, so with this full cost cash refund, I think it's actually very worth it. All right. Using MacBook, yes, you can use for MacBook. That's not a problem. Can you use for other brokers? I actually don't recommend, right? Because recently there is a case of scam. Okay, just to be very frank, because I don't usually highlight this, but there's a case of scam. All right, and the scam was that the students was being attracted by the other brokers, nice terms, but eventually how the scam happened was that the students can't even withdraw money back from that broker. That means the money cannot be withdrawn. And the brokers kept asking them to put in as much as possible, keep on dumping in the money. All right, eventually lost a 6-figure to the scam. All right, so if you can, please follow the brokers. And especially we are quite sensitive to prices. Okay. Okay, I think that Pauline helped me answer a lot of questions. Thanks a lot, Pauline. Is there a link to subscribe? Yes, there's a link. Let me just send it to you later on. All right. Okay, so this is how we trade now. Let me just continue that. Okay, because I have a lot of things to cover. So this is the Autobox. So in terms of Autobox, we are actually quite creative in terms of using. You realize that this is a H4 chart. So we use the boxes to show what happened in a day. Okay, if you look at these boxes here, nothing to hide from you. All right, because I just wanted you to really understand the system first. Okay, so you see one box here has 6 candles, 1 2 3 4 5 6. All right, if one candle is 4 hours, 6 candles means that it's actually 24 hours. So one box is a day, right? Okay, so we are quite creative in trading the multiple time frame. Okay, now why is this so? you realize that once you have explored and have experience in trading the forex, or the way that we are trading, whether the forex or indices or gold or oil, right? You go back to the stocks. Those stock charts look simple, and those stocks movement, right? They are really simple. That means that you have this training, kung fu training, right? Level 9 already or level 10. When you go and look at the stocks, they look like level 1 only. Okay, so that's my view and a lot of feedback from a lot of existing students who are new to, forex. All right, and the forex is actually the largest market in the world. That means that it's huge. It's just that when we get started, especially in Singapore, we somehow get exposed to the stocks. So I also do the stocks. I do a lot of stocks. Okay, I train for SGX Academy, a lot of stock courses. All right, but I love trading into this forex because they are so technical. Why are they so technical? Because they are the largest in the world. You don't really find a lot of manipulation because it's so difficult to manipulate the forex market, especially when it's so huge. Okay, all right, so we use the H4 boxes, but then we also we use the day, all right, boxes in the H4 to see multiple time frame. Likewise, we in the day chart, all right, we see what happened in the week. Okay, we always have this multiple time frame. So in the week, we see, all right, what happened in the month, okay, in a quarter. All right, so this is how we do, and this is really the secret, if you want to call it, right, of how we can get a lot of trades with a lot of movement. All right, if you find that every time when you enter a trade, you find how come I always make a little money only, but my losses is a lot. Okay, what is the reason behind? That's because you are not trading with all right, the higher time frame. And if you're not trading with the higher time frame, that means you're not looking at the higher time frame. Okay, so we always go into the lower time frame and look into what happened. So the analogy would be, for example, all right, I am on the second floor, lower time frame, but I always look up to see what's out there in the sky. Okay, to see the whole thing. Okay, I don't look down to see the small little patch of grass only. Okay, so this is the huge difference, and this is the type of things, right, that you will get from the constant weekly training. So same thing, for example, Alex keep talking about the things every Friday, keep talking, keep nagging, same thing. Me and Alex and the team in MarketWise, we adopt the same principle. Okay, we keep on talking about it, keep on reminding you so that eventually you can acquire that experience. Okay, acquiring the experience is actually very, very important. All right, so let's quickly show you a little bit about Tor. All right, about Alum. Okay, Alum is our trade manager. All right, I didn't have a lot of chance to talk about it, but let me just do that. All right, so for example, if I am right now going to walk away and I know that 5 o'clock or 9 o'clock, or even I'm going to go to sleep at 11. So I am expecting that 1 a.m. is going to have a trade, right? So what I do is that I will drag this Alum inside, which is the trade manager. Okay, so Alum would be equipped with all the wash and rinse tools. Okay, that means wash and rinse concept or logic there. So when the wash and rinse and the system buy or sell rules, all right, are met, it will automatically enter the trade for you, even though when you're not watching it. Okay, so for example, let's say the trade is going to happen at 1 a.m. All right, it will automatically enter for you. But of course, it will check whether the rules are met. So what are the rules are met, right? Whether the stop loss is too much, whether there is still space or not. So it will check 201 things, right, that humans are slow in checking. And it will automatically calculate the lot size for you. So for example, this particular trade, I say I want to spend $500. That means that my stop loss, it will be $500. So if I lose this trade maximum, I'll lose $500. So this trade manager will automatically calculate that lot size, that if you make a loss, it will result in a loss of not more than $500. Okay, All right, so it may brings a lot of convenience. So rather than you go and calculate what the lot size, you press calculator. No, we just drag it in, define what we want. So if we want to lose X amount, like $100 or 1% of our account size, or you want to trade a certain lot size, just drag it in. All right, and then when the signal is there, it will decide for you. Okay, now second thing, right? It will also automatically put in your stop loss and your target profit. So a lot of students tell us that I don't know where to put the stop loss. After attending the course, I actually so confused. Okay, so don't worry. This EA, which is this trade manager, will automatically put in the stop loss for you. All right. Now when you have the stop loss being put in for you, right? It helps you, you know, to in a way you know about it, but it's so convenient. It's like last time when I remember when I was staying in Lim Chu Kang, right? My mother asked me to go and sweep the floor. I need to go and take a broom, right, to sweep the floor. All right, but right now, no, I press that, then automatically vacuum the floor for me already. I don't even need to go and vacuum the floor. All right, so this is the same thing. You know, the stop loss and the profit target all put in for you. Okay, now next is that a lot of time that we realize, hey, look, when I have a certain profit, I don't know how to take partial profit. If I can take partial profit, I can lock in the profit. Isn't that wonderful? All right, so the trade manager at a certain defined rules will automatically take profit for you. All right, and to shift your stop loss so that the entire basket, that means the remaining trades and those that you have taken profit, will result in no loss. Okay, now you look back in terms of the psychology. What caused you to be scared in terms of trading? Losses. Or not only losses, rashness. You are being very rash. Not only rashness, sometimes you realize that my baby crying already. Okay, I'm giving all the example from the newborn. The baby crying already, but my trade is over there, but the baby is crying, you know, and you don't have time to actually handle the trade, because then you want to handle the crying baby, right? So you want all these to be automatically taken care for you. Okay, and I have the same problem. So I want it to auto shift the stop loss for me. Okay, so what it will do is that not only it will auto shift the stop loss, as and when the position moves into deeper profit, okay, then it will trail the stop loss. Okay, you realize that initially the stop loss was here. Okay, this was the initial stop loss, SL. Okay, suddenly that stop loss was being shifted here automatically. Okay, now trailing the stop loss is very important because it makes sure that you lock in more money, isn't it? All right. Now then, after you trail your stop loss, it means that you have accumulated profit, is it? That means that with this trade, right, you have already accumulated some profit. All right. So then the trade manager, based on your accumulated profit, would enter more trades for you. That means that you will automatically enter more trades for you, but the trades that you enter, that means automatically enter for you, right, would still result in a win. Okay, now this is going to save a lot of time because sometimes we don't know how much we have won. Not only that, right, you win already, you want to keep on adding the trade. You go and calculate your stops, your lot size. You don't know how much to add. Okay, so by the time you finish pressing the calculator, the trade has already gone. Okay, so the trade manager will automatically, all right, add in the new trades for you on the winning basket. That means once you add in, right, your overall trade will still be a winner. All right, as long as you add position, it won't be a loss already. Okay, so this will free your psychology a lot from being very stressed over the trade, or from being not able to put in the additional new trade. Why do I say not able? Because a lot of traders are able to enter a trade, but when they start to get into profit, they dare not put in new trades. All right, so they cannot leverage that winning moves. Okay, now so one of the questions is that will it flip? Not for this version. All right, this version will not flip. The new version that I say is 100% automatic. all right? You won't flip, but you will open the hatch. Okay, you won't flip but open a hatch. All right. The whole idea is when you are in a profit, you keep on adding to a profit. But when you are wrong, you fold. You don't go and add oil to a fire and hope that you can recover. All right. So it's a very, if you flip and if you keep on entering the wrong trade, right, then it can add on to a lot of stress in a particular system. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me just continue this one here. So you can see that as it keeps trailing, it will keep adding position. Okay, the key thing is to write a winner to add to a winner. And of course, there would be a target profit being set here. All right, so the target profit is actually very, very far. For this trade, we make about maybe like 300, 400 pips. Okay, so it's a very, very far profit target. Not always that we're going to have such a nice straight down riding trade. Okay, I mean, I don't want to let you know and say you can know already, and then you keep on thinking, oh, I can make a lot of money. It doesn't happen this way. But when there's a winner, we treasure that and we write that fully. Okay, all right, and that will be the profit target. And if it's reached, it will be actually a lot of money. Okay, so lose a little bit. And when it's there, you win a lot from there. So this is the whole design of a trading system. And you realize that this is actually the core design of those in the hedge funds or those in the family office. Those big guys, they are trading in this manner, but not the retail market. All right, maybe a few of the retail market. Okay. Okay, now sign up with BB. No, unfortunately, if you get Blueberry, all right, not from us, that means you don't sign from our link. There is no way that you can get it, and Blueberry does not offer to at their existing customer. Only XC offers to existing customers. All right, so you have to actually go to XC. If you still want to use Blueberry, I actually strongly encourage to use XC. Okay, we also have the sponsorship, the cash refund from Blueberry, but right now I actually stopped already. It might resume later, I'm not too sure, but at this moment only XC has for existing customers. All right. Okay, now so when can you drag alum? You realize that a lot of you guys tell me that I'm not free, right? Okay, so we have all these lines being plotted. So when you have the green line, we are looking for a sell. When you have the magenta lines, we're looking for a buy. So when you see the green line appearing here, or when you roughly see that, it might result in a wash and rinse, then you can actually drag it here. That means you can drag alum, which is the trade manager, somewhere around here. Okay, so what it means is that the signal actually happens somewhere around here, right? So it means that you can drag like from previous day, about maybe 1 p.m. To previous day about 5 a.m. Something like that. Or the current day, this is the current day, right? The current day that happens, right? Maybe from 5 a.m. the current day, all right, all the way to 1 p.m. Okay, let's say, for example, if you miss the trade at 1 p.m., don't worry. You can use alum and you just click a button, all right, and you can just automatically trade for you. The same thing, okay? The only thing that you need to do for alum, okay, you need to decide to apply it for this particular trade. Okay, meaning that why is it being designed this way? Because we are still the smartest. Okay, we can have that 100% reliance on a system. All right, but I still like to have certain control. So this is very much me. All right, I still want to observe that. I still want to have the control. So a lot of traders like to have that also. Okay, so we make alum into this, can be fully automated. You drag it in, you decide that you want to open this with a bit of analysis. Or you can say that, okay, I want to just press the button and Alum will decide what is the trade size, what is the entry level, what is the stop loss, etc. for me. Okay, so you just need to do one thing. You just need to drag it in, let it open. So that's the thing you need to do. Or you say, okay, I still want to, ensure that this is a good trade. So what happened is that you drag it in and then you press the button either to sell a limit at the place that you want, or you just drag it in and allow it to happen. Okay, so that is the only thing you need to do. The rest have been taken care of. The trailing stop, the target profit, the adding position, how much you want to add, then what's the lot size, all will be decided by Alum as long as you just key in one thing. All right, how much you want to trade for this particular trade. Okay, so there will be other things which are being controlled by Alum. For example, if your total account lose 10% or 5% as you define, it will stop opening new trade for you. So it has this control feature there to make sure that things are working properly. All right, so it's just like your personal manager. All right. Daniel, unfortunately, no. I can't meet up. You can't talk to my team. Anything that you want to talk, right? It would be on a chat or on remote access. The reason why I'm able to sell my course at 700 is because we kept that at really very low manpower, and a lot of things are online. Okay, so I'm not selling for 5,000. I'm not selling for 7,000, and there will be no upsell. I'm actually selling for $700 with the full cash refund being refunded. Okay, so I mean, to be very frank, time is very important to us. So we are keeping that minimum manpower. Okay, now so do we actually use what we learned in the stock market? Yes. Okay, I'd be proud to let you know that last year in December, we predicted that the US market would drop. Not only prediction to say I think that it's going to go down. Okay, what I always like to do is I always like to teach my students what to look out for. Okay, meaning that I need them that if the next thing it happen again and I'm not around, right, you know what to look out for. Okay, so I taught them what to look out for and back up with reasons why the US market is going to drop. All right, and I taught them how much it's going to drop. Okay, and it's being put into YouTube. So we predicted exactly, okay, how much it's going to drop. All right, and it came to the percentage that we predicted exactly nicely. Okay, now not only that, we also cover the US, the indexes. We also trade the indexes. So this is S&P 500. All right, in one of the posts that was posted in June 27, all right, it's a closed post. That means you need to be the subscriber. All right, as I mentioned, I'm very frank to all my students. There is no free lunch out there. Nobody is going to give you a free course. I am not doing that. Why must I do that? All right, and you have to really question, right, the quality of the free course, because there's no free lunch out there. Okay, so therefore, if you take a look at what we are updating, okay, so I basically told the group that we analyze via so many things, and then there is actually an opportunity that the US market is going to rebound. Okay, and in fact that the post was on 27th of June, right after or somewhere around where we had a buy signal here. So it's actually right hit at the low that we back up with all these things that we've been talking about, and then we saw that the S&P 500, all right, moved up, the Nasdaq moved up, and I gave them exactly where to look for an exit. Okay, and I to teach them why. So it's not about telling you the tips, it's about telling you why. So even though I'm selling my course, right, directly in Forex, in gold, in indexes, not into stocks, as long as my student asks me, okay, I will answer. And it's not the first time where the students say, I'm interested in option, I'm willing to pay you money, and then we learn option from you. Okay, I don't want to do that yet. Would I change my mind? I don't know, but I've not changed my mind for the past 10 years. Okay, the only reason is as you know, I need to sleep, because it's not about teaching you how to trade. Okay, it's about supporting you as well. Okay, and options usually involve late at night, which is US market. So I want to sleep, so that's why I'm not doing it. All right. But I also told my students, if you really think that you have a burning desire to know about options, then we can arrange a few sessions in the regular webinar, like every Thursday, we can talk about it. All right. Then you can ask me questions that you have doubts about it. So we talk about many things in a lot of different sessions. All right. So that is why a lot of time that I told my students, okay, I want people to sign up for my course, okay, because I want you to be inside my team, my group, right, so that I can actually guide you. Whether you love whatever that I'm going to say, at least I say it and you know about it, and whether you can get the knowledge be useful, you have to decide that for yourself. But at least I know that I can take care of you as much as I can. Okay, so all back to whether how you see this $700 as a investment for you. All right, as I mentioned, it is not 7,000. Okay, now so let's quickly go into the auto boxes, but this is one key message to you, right? Be open to multiple instruments. Okay, a lot of you guys are into not into forex, new to MT4, right? So to answer, whether you are the key thing is that when you have a new platform, you will have to learn. Okay, so you will be new to MT4. All right, as long as you have the open mind to learn, you can learn it. It's not that tough. If you can use Think or Swim, you can use Interactive Broker. I think MT4 is easy. Okay, it's just that when you learn new things, right, a new platform, whether you used Windows Words and you switch over to another version of Words, right, there's always a learning gap. Okay, so you have to be able to bridge that learning gap. Always a learning that hurdle. Okay, the thing that I can promise you is that as long as you are in the course, okay, you're willing to learn, you're willing to view that webinar, then we're willing to teach. Okay, and it will not be as if that you sign and then after a year totally you cannot attend the lesson. As I mentioned before, the webinar will still be available for you. All right, I don't remove this, you guys. Okay, you can continue. A lot of people actually don't pay me any of the subscriptions and they continue. All right, I don't mind that. Okay, so okay, here we go. All right, so let's talk about auto boxes in TradingView. Okay, so here we go. Right, Amazon. I presented Amazon in the MarketWise webinar, right? Okay, I gave you all the reasons why I think that there will be a support here. Okay, so you can see that Amazon on its earnings actually gap up. Did I trade this earning? Don't have lah, huh? I don't want to trade in the earnings, but I saw Amazon sell put for 4-5 times, 6-5 times already. Okay, now how to put in this auto box? You go to the indicator, all right, and key in just key in multi will do, multi-time period chart. Okay, click on that and then it should appear like this one here. Okay, but because mine is a paid version, so when you are non-paid version, I think there will be certain restriction. All right, so whatever that you see at your version might not be the same as mine. Okay, but basically we in stocks, we are interested in the higher time frame boxes. Okay, that means in stocks we are not interested in the lower time frame boxes. So what are the higher time frame boxes? Anything like a month, so you can actually set it into 1 month. Okay, so when you set it into 1 month, when you look at it, the boxes will still appear very nice here. Okay, so these are the boxes. So let me just give you one example. All right, I have also Disney stocks. Okay, now can anybody guessed why, all right, Disney actually hover here after it has actually gone down so much. Okay, why here? Okay, so remember, as I mentioned before, right, time is constant. Okay, time is constant. So when time is constant, it means that a lot of people will be looking in this manner here. All right. So when a lot of traders, right, they just look at what is right now and look at the small little things that's happening without focusing into the big picture, without focusing into the past. Okay, because they think that the lower time frame can help them. Actually, this is not true. This is totally not correct. And this is why a lot of new traders, when they started with winning and eventually they lose money. So if you can flip back into the week, you see more things. Okay. Now, when you go into the higher time frame, you see more things even. Okay, what are the things that you start to see? All right, you start to see that. Okay, sorry, let me just change the boxes. When you go into the higher time frame, like in the month, it'll be good that if you can change the boxes into the 3 months. Okay, into the quarter boxes. Now, once you do that, you realize that there is this unspoken level. Okay, unspoken levels that people are paying notice to, and it becomes very clear. Like, for example, Disney stopped here at this point of time, okay, during that COVID low. And why did Disney happen? Oops, what did I do? Wait, okay, why did Disney happens and stop here? All right, that's because if you look back, you can see very nice levels here. Okay. All right. So when you are dealing with options or when you're dealing with stocks, then when you are trading into the very nice levels, as I mentioned in Tor, right? In the Alien Wash, we look at levels. When you are trading into very nice levels, very strong levels, okay, including somewhere around here, right? There is very little room for you to be wrong. Okay. Now, if you are wrong, all right, then the market will usually be more kind to you here. Okay, two things, right? When you are trading in these very strong levels, there will be little room for you to be wrong. If you are wrong, the market will be very kind to let you exit the trade. All right. Okay, so this is the reason why when you have options, okay, talk about options, all these option strategies can be learned online. YouTube. All right. But the key thing lies in how do you select these stocks? How do you do that? Okay. So this is where as traders, not as trainers, right? As traders, we know about it, and the trainer will be there to bring it out to you systematically. Okay. So I wouldn't say that by going into Tor, which is to take the course for $700, you will know all this, because I am not going to teach anything into stocks. Okay, this 100% I can tell you, because the course is not into about stocks. Okay, but are you able to take these and then put it into? Sorry, I'm not going to teach you anything about options. Okay, not stocks. Not options. Okay, but are you able to take this and use it to apply in your stocks or use it to apply in options? The answer is actually yes. Okay, but the main thing that we are trading is forex, is indexes, is gold, is oil, is crypto, and we always refer back into the general market here. So for example, when we update into the indexes, I refer into the SPY, into the Qs. Okay, so students get exposed to it. Will I be selecting out the stocks for you? The answer is actually no. But if you ask me about stocks, I say, hey, look, Bini, what do you think of Microsoft? Will I answer that? If I have time, I'll definitely be answering you. Okay, will I specifically teach you the option strategies like the sell, the sell put, the sell call? The answer is no. But can you apply the Autobox? Can you apply the Wash and Rinse into this? The answer is yes. Okay, I'll be very, very upfront to you. Okay. The Autobox is available in MT4, MT5. Thanks a lot, Anthony. Anthony is also from Australia. Anthony, you're not sleeping, huh? Okay. You have to, if you are assisting XC, you can, but you have to actually go to the client portal to create a new account, and then trade and to say that you want to join Terra Seeds. Okay, do write to us and we will let you know how to do that. You can get the $700 offer. You have to get a new account and say you want to join Terra Seeds. Then they know that you can qualify for this account. So there are a few conditions to qualify for the promotion. Let me just talk about that. Okay, are we okay with this boxes here? I'm teaching you how to set up using the multi-time period chart. The minimum boxes you set up for stocks is month, okay? And or if you want to look back further, it will be quarter, okay? 3 months. All right, do not go too low time frame. All right, the boxes to use is month or quarter. All right, okay. Now, so let me just move on here. Okay, so the alien wash system can also be used on oil. We did a lot of oil already, but I just want to highlight that the indicator that you gotten from us on the free trial, all right, it will point to you wash and rinse. That means it will tell you that where would be the wash and rinse. For example, this is the wash and rinse here, this is the wash and rinse, and then wash and rinse, right? You realize the wash and rinse are all resulted in a very long bar. You see, very long bar. And your question is that, am I going to enter on this very long bar? By the time I finished, this already will be at the low of the range. Okay, the answer is no. We are going to break that down into the 4-hour chart, and then we'll probably be entering somewhere around here. So that's the key of the system. All right, is this a secret entry? Is this a secret on how we enter? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm not talking about it. Don't ask me how I enter. Why I'm not talking about it? Because I spend hours and hours just to talk about the entry and how to exit. Okay, so I think that it would be better if you just take the full cost refund and know everything than to know something or a little bit only. Okay, now so this one thing knowing a little can be disastrous. Okay, we have people trying to guess the system, and then they will write to us and say, this is how you enter. I mean, it's really no point, right? Because you don't have the full system. Okay, so this is not good. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the promotion. Okay, a few things, right? I have presented this one already. To go and get the TOR indicator, the trial, please go to this website here. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this and then paste it to you guys. So this is the place where you get the trial, which is to get the indicator that plots all these wash and rinse. All right. Okay, just give me a minute. I just need to expand. Okay, next, let me just talk about the full cost refund. Okay, so the cost fee is fully refunded to you, but you have to pay for the cost fee first. The first condition is you have to pay for the costs. All right. So once you pay for the cost, you have to apply for an account. Currently, only XC is sponsoring for this full cost refund. All right. You open for the account and then you fulfill the volume. And then once you've done that, you write to XC to say that, hey, look, I have gotten all these conditions all okay already. I've paid for the cost. I have fulfilled the volume. Can you please, apply that cash refund for me? So XC will take about 2 days to put the money, the $700 into your account. Okay. Now, one of the things I'm doing here for you guys is that you can sign as and when you want, as long as before the last date of the promotion. Currently, XC is offering until 15th of August, 1/5. Okay. Now, what is 15th of August? 15th of August means that this is the last date for you to get the promotion. Okay. However, do you need to fulfill the cost, the volume on 15th of August? Don't need. Okay. I repeat, you do not need to fulfill the volume requirement on 15th of August. You only need to fulfill that 3 months later. All right. But if you can, do try to sign up before 10th of August, because I'm going to run a special crash course on the 12th of August. Don't miss that. All right, don't miss it. Okay, all right, so these are dates for you. Now let me just talk about XE. XE is actually the top 10 volume clearance in the world. It is a brokers that I'm using for my trading team myself for probably 10 years, if not 12 years. All right, they have an office in Singapore. It's regulated in FCA, which is UK, exit, and other regulatory. However, it is not under MAS. Okay. Now, one of the key thing is always that must I get MAS? Actually, they are very, very well regulated, just not in MAS. Okay. They are applying for license, but I don't know when they're going to get it in MAS, right? But I don't have any problems withdrawing money from them. So far, for about, I think, maybe 13 or 14 years, I've been actually withdrawing money every month. Okay, I'm quite a profitable trader. So I withdraw money every month, and the money, in some months, the money I'm withdrawing is actually quite substantial, and I've not encountered any issues. Usually it gets into my account via wire transfer, 2 working days maximum. Okay, so let's talk about what you need to do to fulfill that. Number 1, it's applicable to existing XC account holder. That means you have already XC account, right? But with conditions. Condition is that you need to open a new account, all right, in the client portal and say you want to join TerraSeeds. It must be under TerraSeeds account to qualify. Otherwise, for those with no account, you have to use this link here. Okay, I'm just going to type you that link. All right, and you use this link to apply. Just give me a while to type this link here. Okay, so this is the link. You can only qualify if you are using the link to apply for account. All right, now the minimum funding is 2,000 SGD. You can fund in US dollar. You can fund in whatever dollar, all right, but the minimum funding is 2,000. Can you fund more? Yes, you can. Okay, now you need to fulfill 2.0 standard lot. What is 2.0 standard lot? Equivalent in forex, and the promotion is until 15 August. Remember I said before, the last date to log in to pay for the course, okay, as long as your payment of the course is before 15th of August. If it's 16, we can still ask for an extension of deadline. Okay, do you need to fulfill this 2 lot standard volume on the 15th of August? The answer is no. Okay, you fulfill that 90 days after 15th of August. Okay, that means your deadline is 19 days after 15th of August, which means that 15th of August, September, October, November. Is it November? August, September, October. Yeah, November. By 15th of November, you fulfill that. Okay, so as long as you have paid for the course before 15th of August, you met that first criteria. What you have to do is you just have to fund, all right, before 15th of August, and then fulfill this 2 standard lot only by 15th of November. Okay, now few questions that students always ask, all right, how to fulfill the volume quickly. Okay, so what I did is that we recorded a video for you guys to fulfill that volume quickly. Okay, and I'm just gonna do a live demonstration for you here. Okay, so this is the volume to fulfill that. This is a video to fulfill that volume. Let me see one question. It does not ask for any account. I mean, I don't understand why it does not ask for any account. You don't need to attend on the 12th of August. You don't need. Okay. You will be, as long as you pay for the course, right, that recording will be sent to you. The crash course recording will be sent to you. Okay. Okay, so let me just show it to you how to do that to fulfill the volume. Okay, so right now, let's say for example, I would like to trade into euro dollar. Okay, just euro dollar for example, right? And then I open a new trade. Okay, I go to trade, right? I want to fulfill the volume. Okay, my volume is 2.0. Okay, and I have only $2,000 in the account. So very quickly, what you do is that you click on this new order here. All right, and then you key in the volume 1. Okay, and depending on what you see here, the idea is you quickly open and close it. Open and close it, so you lose only the spread. Okay, the spread means the difference between the bid and ask price. Okay, I'm just going to just buy the market, okay, at 1.0, which is, I'm going to do that twice. Okay, so I buy the market right now. You realize that I'm actually losing about $21, right? So quickly, I will just close it. So I close it, I don't wait anymore. Cannot wait, right? You have to do it immediately because the idea is you want to lose that spread only. The longer you wait, the higher that spread might be. You see, I have the chance to close at 20 something dollars. I keep on talking, now become 44. Okay, the idea is close it immediately. Okay, so once you close it immediately, your likely loss, right, will be about $10 plus, maximum $20. Okay, you see, because I talk, never close. So you close it immediately, all right? And then you say, I close this trade, and then now you lost about $50. You lost about $32 already. You have fulfilled that one lot already. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat this the second time. New order. All right, same thing, whether you want to sell or buy, it doesn't really matter. The idea is you want to go for one that has lower spread. So same, I'm just going to buy. Just click the buy, and then after that, close it. Okay, and then close it. You see? Now, by doing it quickly, all right, I have met that 2 lot volume already. You see, the first one, I talk, and I lose $32. The second one, I don't talk, I just immediately close it, I lose $11. Okay, so I fulfilled that 2 lots volume already, and I lose a total of $42. Okay, but I've gotten $700 back in my account, which is the full refund of that cost fee. Okay, so the whole idea is you apply for an account, you make the funding, all right, and then you quickly trade it every time one standard lot on the euro or dollar yen, the lower spread, and you open and close immediately and you get it done. Okay, so that's how you can meet the volume requirement. Now, some people ask, can I meet the volume requirement already? After that, withdraw everything. That means they give me $700 and you withdraw everything. This is very bad because then what they are trying to do is they are sincerely trying to pay for your cost fee of training. Okay, and I work with them for almost like 15 years. All right, so they have given me a very good deal because then by doing so, they are also getting customers. Okay, so I'm not saying that you can't withdraw the money, because if you are in urgent need, you can withdraw the money. But you know, you trade, you put 2,000, you get 700, you trade only 2 lots, and after that you don't trade anymore, and then you withdraw everything. That is not good spirit. Okay, so the whole idea is that, can you withdraw the 2,000? Can you withdraw the 700? The answer will be all yes. But they sincerely hope that you can learn and you can trade with them so that at least they can still make some money from your other volume. All right, so that's very frank. There's no free lunch, and eventually, hopefully that you make money, they also can do more business with you. All right, okay. All right, so this is the idea of how you can fulfill that 2 lots. So you can see that the students actually get back the cost fee very quickly. All right, okay. So about your trading account, that means that things about trading account, what we recommend is that you get a standard account. Okay, your leverage not too high, either 1:100 or 1:200. SGD as your base currency. If you're earning or spending in SGD, I always recommend Sing Dollar because it's one of the stronger and more stable currency. But some Malaysian clients prefer to fund in USD. The whole idea is, if you are funding as the base currency, fund whichever currency that is in your that you are spending. Okay, that you're earning, you're spending. All right, and then XC will reimburse your funding charges, meaning that, let's say when I fund via wire transfer, because I want to be very safe, and I always encourage funding in wire transfer. That means that telegraphic transfer. So if you incur $50 for that telegraphic transfer, all right, you tell Xe and Xe will reimburse you that $50. Okay. Now, one thing that I forgot to include is that for anything, for any questions, okay, please do not go to their general line. Please always write to this special line, which is like the concierge. All right, so this is the special email that they will know the promotion and a dedicated team, right, to support you. Okay, so it's partnersupport@xe.com. Please do not check general line. Do not go for the general support, because then they won't know very much about the promotion details. Okay, when you are making, let's say, telegraphic transfer, if you are doing that, right, you can do credit card funding as well. You can do whatever kind of thing. Any cost that you incur, you remember to take a copy, like your screen cap, and then send to partner support and tell Xe, I incur this cost. Can you please refund that into my account? Okay. Now, how much is Xe commission charge per lot? It's about, I'm actually not too sure. Okay, but you definitely have a better rate. I think it's $7 or maybe $6. Probably about $6. Okay, but try not to get a pro account, right? Try to get a standard account, because for Alum, right, when you get a pro account, that commission is not calculated inside the EA. So when we calculate that break-even price, we cannot calculate that commission inside. So it's good that you can get a standard account. Okay. Now, can you fulfill the volume by trading the index? Yes, you can, but then it will not be 2.0 of that index, because the index has a different base. Okay, so the more strict, clear-cut way to fulfill the volume, all right, is to trade in the forex, euro, dollar, yen. Do it twice, okay, and that's it. Okay, instead of doing one lot, we can trade 0.5 and do it 4 times. Yes, you can. Okay, no problem. You can trade 0.1 times 20 times. The whole idea is that you want to do it quickly, over and done with. All right, that's why that you have 2,000, you split into 1.0 times 2. You get over and done with. All right. How much capital to trade one standard lot? If you are doing euro, it's about 1,500 Sing dollar. That's why if you have a $2,000 account, the maximum you can do the volume to get back your to fulfill the volume requirement is actually 1 lot. All right. Okay. Can I trade if I fulfill the 2 standard lot through the actual trade rather than what you just did? Yes, you can. That means that you can take your own time to go and fulfill the 2 lots, no problem. But what I did just now, it's actually not correct. But a lot of students wrote to us and say, I'm very stressed that I cannot fulfill the volume. Okay, so this is our method to tell you that there is a way to get over it, go about it. And a lot of you are concerned that you can't get back the $700. Okay, then this is the way to go around with it. Some people prefer to get that burden out of their system, and then they just trade as per normal. Some people just trade slowly. In 3 months, accumulate that standard 2 lots, and then they get that cash refund. Okay, it's actually your choice. All right. So, what in my stand here, I really think that is a very good deal. Okay, because it is not a promotion that is giving a credit. It's actually giving cash. Cash means that you can withdraw that. All right. So do consider learning properly. And if you are concerned, then this is the way for you to get that $700 cash back, which means that your course fee is actually free of charge. Okay. I think that that there are some students who have taken the course already. I think Pauline, Anthony, Willem. If I miss out any of your names, do let me know. Okay, so they can share their experience with you, and hopefully that they have good experience. Okay, let me just continue on. Okay, so what is the tour course? The tour course is made out of two modules. All right, the second module, it's the one that's payable. Okay, so of course that you're gonna learn it. The course is online. Online means that you read it and watch the video yourself. Okay, and that is the reason why I can actually sell the course so cheap. All right, because in my have I ever sold 3,000, 5,000, 4,000 course fee? Yes, I have. All right, but throughout my training journey, I realized that a lot of people give up. Okay, they gave up because of many other reasons. Not because I'm not teaching well, not because it's not profitable, but there are many reasons that they gave up. All right, so you have already spent so many courses times so much already. That's a lot of money. All right, so spending that amount of money may as well take 2,000 out from course fee, right, and then pay. So how do I reduce that that expenses, that marketing fee, etc.? Okay, so we have to find out creative ways like doing a webinar, so I don't need to pay for my renter, doing that online. Then I save a lot of manpower. The only thing that I'm charging, all right, is that development. Okay, that means the development of these indicators. Okay, because we are constantly developing them, and the support. Okay, all these need time. Okay, so I'm at charging this, which means that after you have taken the course, all right, you have this attached with the course, 12 months, the alien room support. Okay, so essentially you're paying for the indicators, right? So after 12 months, if you want to continue with the indicators, you have to pay again. Okay, and that's $576 for 12 months. So treat it as you are subscribing to that indicators, to that trade managers, to the full automated system. All right, but if you want to attend the lessons, the videos, the webinars, the weekly webinars for as long as you want, no problem, you cannot pay. So I'm actually charging for this one. Okay, all right, any question? You can WhatsApp our support line. Okay, in the website, it's there already. May I know how much profit ROI per trade? The euro yen, all right, trade that I've shared. Okay, let's share a little bit about euro yen so that you can understand how things go. Okay, this is euro yen trade. I started the trade at this point. Let me just get the arrow for you. I started the trade here. That means at this one here. Okay, and I added the trade. I try to get a pen with I started my trade here. I added my trade here, and I added my trade here. Okay, added. All right. Am I still in the trade? The answer is yes. I'm not sure whether Pauline or Anthony or William still inside the trade. I'm not too sure. Okay, so if you look at this, all right, how much am I making here already? From here to here is a total of 539 pips, 500 and maybe 500 pips. Okay, so how much did I spend? Okay, so for example, if I started the trade at one standard lot, that means that I will start off the trade with one standard lot. I will be paying probably either, let's say, $1,000. All right, actually the right one is actually about 1,500 Sing dollar, around there. Okay, no, about 1,500 USD, around there. Okay, now if you have one standard lot at this moment 500, you'll be making 5,000 USD already. because this is the margin that you need to pay to get into the trade. Okay, now, so this is the ROI that we are talking about for this lot here. But I have this one here and I have this one here. All right. So it's a lot if you are really looking at forex trade, because of leverage, okay, you don't need a lot of money, and therefore you can actually be making quite a lot. But I don't want you to consider from making a lot. That means I don't want to do my session by telling you how much you can be making, because you are not me, I'm not you. So I do not think that you can replicate mine, but I know that you wanted to have an idea. Okay, so yes, you can make a lot of money, but I also want to add in that yes, you can lose a lot of money, or yes, you might not be actually making the money. Okay, so all in all, what Pauline gave you, it's very true. That means that if you are interested to the minimum level to learn another new way of trading, then the course is very suitable for you. But if you are wanting to get that experience and the knowledge for your stocks and index to help you manifolds, yes, you can get that. But if you are looking for something that is dedicated to teach you on option on stocks, then we don't have. Okay, so my course is not suitable for you. But if you are at least wanting to give it a try into the new instruments that we are trading, with that option with that choice of getting your full course feedback, then yes, there's a promotion going on, and I don't see why you want to reject that. Okay, so very, very frank with you guys. 500 pips, not uncommon. We did that for US for the oil. Okay, we did that for the yens when it moved up. We did that for euro. Okay, if you don't have that, you do 200. It's quite common. Okay, all right. Will there be a margin call? Yes, there will be. All right, so the whole idea is that for 2,000 that you have in your account, let's say for example, you can use a maximum of 0.1 to 0.2 in terms of lot size. Okay, for 2,000 you cannot trade one lot unless that you are trying to fulfill the volume, open and close immediately. All right. Okay, so yes, there will be margin call. Okay, so therefore you always stick to the rules. So for 2,000, you don't expose more than 10% of your accounts. Okay, all right. Let me just clean this. All right, any questions? Let me just see. Okay, so please go to the link here. So please scan the link. Let me just get you the link and send you the link once more. Tomorrow there will be a follow-up email that would get to you and would give you the replay of today's session. All right, and then would also say that, hey, look, if you want to sign, you can use the link and then go and sign, right? If you want to get the Tor crash course, attend the Tor crash course, remember to pay before 10th of August. But one thing, right, currently XC promotion, all right, as far as what they have committed to us is 15th of August. Now they have a habit, I want to say, right, they have a habit to extend. That means that only after it has ended. That means sometimes when it has ended and then they only extend like 2 weeks later. For example, previously we had 2 brokers. Now only left 1. So therefore, even myself, right, I do not know whether they will extend. I will try to push for them to extend, but no promise. So far, XC has been extending, but this time round, the other broker did not. Okay, so we don't have that other broker anymore. All right. Okay, so the next question is the Tor crash course is on 12th of August, all right, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. The seniors asked me whether they can join. All right, my stand is always this, right? As long as I'm doing webinar, I have space, you guys can join for as much as you can, but you have to pay me for the course fee first. You know, that's always like that. All right, I'm actually being very frank to you guys. Okay, now, one of the question is that what happened after 12 months? Okay, right, then you have to renew law. You have to renew your 12 months the alien room at 576 Sing dollar SGD. The $700 is also Sing dollar. But if you don't want to use our indicators robots, you can attend the live webinar for as long as you want. Okay, is it suitable for newbie? Yes, for assisting traders. I'm very proud to say yes. I don't think that you can get that level of training from some other people. Okay. I mean, I have to praise myself. It's not easy to have a IBF certified course, International Banking or Finance from Singapore. I have that course in my under my umbrella. It's not easy to be an SGX trainer. Okay. I am SGX trainer. It's not easy to train the banks, train the brokerages, while you are not listening to me. There will also be nights and days that I'm actually training a lot of banks, traders, and brokerages, etc. Just that I never put that down. Too many to put already. I also find sometimes bothersome to actually put. All right. So if you're experienced traders, I think that you're gonna learn a lot more things. How much in reality to top up to execute Euro Yen trade? I think Pauline answered already. You can start as low as $200. But if you really want to be serious, I think that 2,000 or 5,000 would be something that get you really serious. Can you use Alum for stock trading? The answer is actually no. Okay. Alum as a trade manager is only used in MT4. All right. Only two brokers are allowed, which is XC and the other broker, Blueberry. So you trade whatever that they are inside, their instruments inside. I think that when you trade into Forex or indexes or oil or gold, right, it's more than enough. Okay. But can you use the Tor strategy to trade in stocks? The answer is yes. All right. In fact, that you know, I've been updating what's happening into the stock market. You'll be surprised, right? How many gurus actually watched my update? Yeah. Okay. So as I said, right, $700 cost fee is fully refunded as cash. So this is a promise, and then currently XE is committing only until 15th of August. All right. So you can take the promotion anytime. All right. It might be extended. I have no idea. So I'm not going to give you the time stress and say that you definitely must do it this round. Okay. If it's get extended, fine. That's good news. All right. If it doesn't, then it's until 15th of August right now. Okay. So just to give you a summary, as I presented earlier, one is that you can go and take that 3.0 indicator trial, the one that draws wash and rinse. Okay, under this link here, scan. You can sign up for the course under this link here. Now, only when you sign up for the course under this link, then you do get that Tor crash course that happens on 12th of August, Friday, 8 p.m. So whoever who have signed up, we will send you an invitation link, the links to the webinar. All right, and please pay before 10th of August. The cutoff is $29.59, so that we can tabulate and send you the details of the crash course on 11th of August. All right, so if you miss that 12th of August session, don't worry, we will send the recording to you. All our session have recording. You can use Tor to trade the stock CFDs, okay, in Pepperstone. All right. However, you cannot use Alum. Alum right now is only allowed in two brokers only. All right, which is XE and the other broker. All right. So in a way, what I'm trying to do is, because our system is very sensitive to price feed, and we also need to make sure that the time zone that you use is correct. Therefore, we're only allowing certain brokers strictly, so that the price feed, right, it's exactly as what we are seeing and allowed for. Okay, because we are using a certain price level, and the certain price level start off differently with different brokers. All right, so therefore, because of that price fit, to make sure that there's no discrepancy, we are fixing that to only one broker or two brokers at this moment. Must we go through the training videos before the crash course? The answer is no, you don't need. Do you need to run Alum in the VPS? Yes or no? Okay, you can use Alum in the VPS. XE is giving out free VPS as well, but you can run it in your own desktop or in your own mini PC. We talk about that as well. The idea is that Alum must be run in a machine that's 24 hours times 7 days. Okay, having said that, now if you just want to use Alum to open your trade for you, all right, without automatically trolling, without automatically adding, then the answer is no. That means that, for example, I'm busy, all right, and I do not know how to calculate the lot size, and I do not know where to put the stop loss or the target profit. You just want an instrument to open the trade and put in the lot size for you and put in the target profit for you and your stop loss. Then do you need a VPS? The answer is no. But if you want it to be always working for you, all right, you need a machine that's always on. Okay, then the answer is yes. All right. Can I still use the indicators Alum after 1 year? The answer is no. Okay, so therefore, you realize that what is being charged here. You have the course, you get educated. You take the course, you can use it for your stocks, you can use it for your Forex, for your goal, you can use it to take my lessons, you can listen to the lessons, you can be updated. For example, in a way, right, if you look at what I presented, I predicted that the US market is going to go up when so many people are telling everyone that we are entering into the super bear market. We are in the bear market. My answer was we are not yet in the bear market yet. It's dubious, but we are at a very attractive levels. Okay, and with the clues that we gathered from all those extra indications, I think that the traders were actually buying last month. Okay, now this month not the same already. Last month, okay, late June to early July. Okay, so all these are very useful tools for you. But what am I charging? I'm not charging for the time, because the time to do the training is easy for me. 1 hour, the course is being distributed to all the students. I'm actually charging for the use of the indicator. So this is the one that you need to pay after that 1 year. Okay, but for now, you get that $700 cost feedback, right? Why not? Get it. I'm working full-time, cannot monitor the signal. So I just run the VPS and let Alum auto trade all signals without need to review. I would actually think the answer is not too good here. All right, not really advisable. Even when you're doing your stocks, you also be reviewing them, right? Be looking at them, right? So why don't you just look at them at night when you're back, and then review them, and then you drag Alum into the few pairs, like maybe 1 or 2 pairs, right? That that you think might have a good chance of making money, and then you just let Alum handle all the job for you. I think this is a more feasible way. Okay, so I understand that you are busy. I also a lot of time not around, so I look at them at night. Okay, spend about half an hour. Or got green line, or green line is looking for a sell. Is the green line near to the arrow place? If yes, let's drag it in. Okay, is there a magenta line? Yes. And then, is it near to some strong levels? Yes, drag it in. I don't think you need a lot of time for this to happen. I'm just being very frank to you. I don't want you to join the course and be very disappointed. All right, even though you do get your course feedback. All right, I wanted you to have this as an option, because when the stock market wasn't doing well, when it was keep dropping, a lot of people who are in the stock market was trapped. They bought a stocks that cost 1,000, now only left with actually $100 or $200. Okay, but when you are trading into the forex, and when the people in the stocks are all troubled with rising rate, those in the forex also happy, because then we can actually buy the US dollar and trade long the US dollar, because then with rising rate, US dollar actually goes up. Okay, so that's the different setting here. So when the stock market was plunging in Jan this year, I actually told the students, hey, come on, don't worry, look out for only one indication, and the indication is actually a currency pair. I said, if that currency pair never reaches that level, you don't consider the market at all, the stock market at all. Okay, we need to see a comfortable level. All right, and the currency pair really broke a certain levels, and that's where the stock market starts to plunge deeply. Okay, so be open to this, and I think that the driver is at least the $700 cost fee is being refunded to you. Okay. Will there be an indicator or signal that do not review for the next revision? Yes, they will. This is a fully automated one. Okay. But still, I think still, right, I really strongly advise that it's good to actually review it. Even when you're in a job, right, it is done by automatically, right? There's still a person to review it in your job, isn't it? Otherwise, it's going to make human totally fully redundant. Okay, that's my sincere opinion. All right, and my experience of the market. Okay, so I just wanted to deliver this to you, and not to make you think that there is a golden goose that keep laying golden eggs whenever you doing anything. If there is, then everybody on the street will be super rich from trading. All right. Okay. Have I not answered any question? Let me just see what I have here. Don't have anymore. Now, if there's any questions, all right, same thing, you email us, and then, or you Telegram or WhatsApp us. All right. The dates that you need to remember would be on the 12th, on the 10th of August. Hopefully you sign before then, so they can go for the crash course on the 12th of August. And the XC due expires on 15th of August. You need to actually pay for the course before 15th of August, and you need to fund before 15th of August. Okay, so 15th of August is actually your last cut-off date if you don't want to attend the crash course. All right. The course will train us on how to key in Forex and XC using MT4 by running Alum. The course will train us on how to key in Forex in XC. The course will not, but XC has videos to teach you how to key in, but the course will teach you how to run Alum, how to actually put Alum inside. So there are a few things here. Will the course teach you how to run Alum? Yes. Will there be a support group to run Alum? Yes. Will we be teaching right in a Forex about Forex? Yes. In our online course. About placing keying in orders, XE has that video as well. So I think that I will answer yes to that. But if there's anything that you don't know, just come to us. Okay, we will point you to the right resources. Using only a MacBook, is it sufficient to do the course and everything? The answer is yes. Okay. But if you want to run, let's say Alum, right? You need to have actually a server, a VPS, but we can get it for free from XE. Okay, not an issue. The crash course on 12th August is an online course. Yes, it's a webinar. It's an online course. I tried to load in toy indicators in my MacBook. It didn't work. Do you have videos for Mac? Yes, we have a workaround for Mac. Write to us. We will let you know. In the onboarding email, all right, that once you have signed for the course, okay, in the onboarding email, there will be a video to teach you how to work around with it, go around with it. So not to worry. it will work on MacBook. All right. I'm actually using Mac as well. Okay. Any other questions that I can answer, or the seniors can answer? And I have to really thank Pauline, Anthony, and William for helping me answer the question. Pauline is always around to help me answer some of the questions for most of the session. Okay, any other questions or anything I can answer for you? The XE VPS is for you can sign anytime. Okay, I'm trying to get XE to sponsor you guys for 6 months. All right, but I hope that they can give me an answer. Right, for currently for the XE VPS is that you need to fulfill a volume requirement. All right, the volume requirement is 5 slots. Okay, but I think that once I talk to them, we shouldn't have any problem to get 6 months free VPS. XE doesn't give free margin though. Don't have. All right. When you go for when you have margin call, means that you have over use your amount of money that you have. So let's say, for example, when you have a leverage of 1:100, right? Then say 1:100. Okay, now this means that your $2,000 that you put in gives you the power of 100 times. Okay, that means you have 2,200,000 to trade. All right, now each time, if you trade the minimum size of 0.01, that means you are trading $1,000 worth. 200,000 divided by 1,000, you will take a long time to burn out this money, this margin, right? Now, but if you trade 1.0 lot, which means that the amount that you are trading is actually 100,000. You have only 200,000. You want to trade 100,000. You take only 2 times to burn out your money, isn't it? Okay. So once you don't have enough margin inside, you have to top up the margin. That means you have to fund some more. Okay. So whether you use up your margin or whether you get in the margin call very much depends on different traders. So when you have a high leverage, such as for example 1:400, okay, so it gives you that artificial power, because then right now your 2,000 is multiplied by 400, so you have actually 800,000. Okay, so you use a little bit of money, but on a high leverage, if you win, you actually win a lot more, because then you over traded, all right? But if you lose, then very likely you'll be killed in just 2 trades. So this is the use of leverage and margin. Okay, so it's under your control. So a lot of people doesn't control, all right? And then they burst their account. But some people control very well. They use 1:400 every time, no matter what, only trade 0.01. They have free money to trade, but yet they don't actually burn their account. Okay, all right. So XE doesn't give free margin. Free margin is easy because free margin means that they don't come out with cash. They just add the money inside. The money doesn't belongs to you. So what XE gives you is free cash. Okay, the cash can be withdrawn, but the margin, the credit cannot be withdrawn. So there's a different levels of promotion. So a lot of brokers will give free credit or free margin. So that's just extra money for you to trade. But XE gives you cash. So this is the difference between this promotion and other promotion. This promotion gives one thing, cash. Okay, the power of cash versus just margin is different. All right. How many hours for the on-demand course totally? There are some people who actually spend about 2 hours, 3 hours to finish it, but some actually spend a week or some spend a month, depending on how detailed that you want to go through that. You can actually view it, do it as many times as you want. 5 lots a month is for the VPS. If you are going with Blueberry, then they give 6 months of free VPS straight away. The Tor indicator and the signal, they are not in trading view. No. Okay, they are only available in MetaTrader. Okay, now I think I have come to the end of the session. All right, whatever questions that you have, all right, there's a very easy way to reach us. I'm just going to send this one over to you already, where you can have a sign for the course. Okay, if you need to reach us, then it will be this means here. I'm just going to flash it here, right? And important deadline is to pay before 10th of August. All right, if you can't make up your mind, just remember to pay before 15th of August. But try not to put, try not to drag to 15th of August. The reason is because you need to fund before 15th of August. Okay, I think that 10th of August is like a bit late already. On the safer side, try to actually get it earlier. Okay, any other last few questions you need me to answer? Okay, no other. Okay, so no other questions. Thanks a lot for attending. I hope that you learn what is wash and rinse. You can use Autobox into your stocks. Okay, you can use it for Singapore stocks as well, because in one of the SGX course, right, I'm actually teaching a little bit of the use in Autobox. Okay, and lastly, if you can do go and get the module 1, the free one, and don't miss out the promotion, $700. It's fully refunded to you. So if you ask me what is the reward is $700. What's the risk? The risk is actually maybe zero, or maybe the cost of getting that 2 lots, like that's about $30 or $50. So you lose the spread, you get that $700. You learn already, you don't like that, at least you don't waste 3,000, 5,000, 7,000. And I have not increased the cost fee due to inflation. I think that with that inflation, right, I must also increase my cost fee. Okay, thanks a lot, and I'll see you again. I hope to see you guys again. All right, so do remember to sign for the course. All right, good night. Bye bye.